startups with Our Cow. Bianca, could you talk us through your marketing innovation, how you got there and where you're heading to now, and just share some insights with the good, the bad and the ugly.
Yeah, thanks, Jane. I guess to give a little bit of background on what Our Cow is, if there's anyone that doesn't know, like we're an online paddock-to-plate meat company. So we home deliver meat products that's portion cut, cryovac. It's exactly it's like an online butcher shop, and we home deliver all across Australia. So I guess from a marketing perspective, when we started the business in 2019, we certainly didn't start with the idea of all these marketing things that we were going to have, and we really just started telling stories, I guess, and telling the story of myself and Dave and our farm and what we've been through to get to where we were to actually start the business. So we started in 2019 after our farm was basically destroyed by bushfires, and then we came into that really horrific drought in 2019 and 2020, and we needed to be able to sort of secure ourselves a price for the livestock that we were producing, and we wanted to do that by connecting directly to our consumers and selling meat products, because we were selling obviously as a commodity and prices up and down, fluctuating market. So we knew we'd be able to guarantee ourselves a price for our livestock by going directly to our consumers. And like I said, it wasn't that we started with a grand marketing plan or a business plan or any money. Like we bootstrapped the business to basically 12 months ago until we had invested into our business. But all we did was just tell stories. We were open, honest. We educated our consumers about what we did on the farm and what we did as a day-to-day life of a farmer, which is so different to our customers. They're living in suburbia, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and they don't live like what we live. And we take it for granted being able to hop in a tractor or go down to the paddock when they're in a high-rise building. So all we did was just show people where their food is actually coming from, the grassroots of producing food, what goes into it as a farmer, because it's not very often as a farmer you get connected to your consumers. You sell through the sale yards or to a feedlot or wherever, and that's sort of the end of your livestock journey. But what we've created is a real community of farmers and a community of customers, and our farmers know that there's a family in Sydney or Brisbane or Melbourne sitting down and actually enjoying the produce that they've produced on their farm. Like every farmer's name is on the packet of meat that we sell, so our customers can make that connection, and they're sitting down at dinner and they know that piece of meat has come off Dave and Bianca's farm, or they can make that connection through our social media and our technology and our marketing that we've created. So I wouldn't say that we've had a grand marketing plan. All we've done is tell stories of agriculture and tell stories of our farmers and showcase farming to people in the city who don't really, I read a statistic the other day that so many percentage of kids think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. So all we've done is just show people where their food comes from and give them an opportunity to support farmers every day through their food choices. Like we see how much support there is for farmers during droughts and bushfires and floods, but what I really thought was like, why does the support have to stop when the droughts break or the floodwaters subside? The only time that farmers are ever really in the media is when there's some sort of catastrophe and we need donations or aid or things like that. But what I wanted to create was a connection between city and country, and a way for people to actually know that the food that they're purchasing and the money that they're spending is actually going back to the farming family that's produced that product.
Absolutely amazing. And why did you go to the seafood side of life? Was that a consumer-driven demand?
Yeah, so we've only just launched into seafood probably in the last February. I think we launched seafood. So we currently do beef, pork, lamb and chicken. All of our farmers come from across the northern rivers, the northern tablelands. We have producers in Queensland and some in Victoria as well that we source our livestock from. And the consumers were kind of demanding for more range. They wanted to be able to go to Our Cow as a one-stop shop. So seafood was the first product that we introduced into the line, and we've just launched into dairy as well. So we're working with local dairy producers in helping us produce butter, milk, cheese, all sorts of gourmet ranges, and now we're actually working with some other producers to bring in other grocery products as well. So we really want to create an online farmers markets for consumers. So we have the luxury of going down to the casino farmers markets or Byron Bay farmers markets on the weekend, but someone in CBD Sydney doesn't have that luxury, and they want things right now. So what we've created and what we're creating is an online portal for farmers to have direct access to consumers through our platform. What we've noticed is, farmers are really good at farming. They're great at growing crops, growing cattle, doing what they're doing, but they're not so good at marketing, logistics, packaging, processing. And somehow, I don't know how, we've managed to figure that part out, and we can just let our farmers do what they do best, which is farm, and we can take care of everything else and give them a market to be connected directly to consumers. So seafood was the first one, and we've also just launched our first distribution centre in Sydney. So by the end of this year, we'll have same-day home delivery in every capital city across Australia.
Is that your own investment, or were you able to get some government funding? Yeah, I do. So I went straight into the analysis. How are you doing it? Where can we all help? We just want you to be so successful. And you did some crowdfunding, is that right?
We did, yep. So we've done 2 rounds of crowdfunding. Our first crowdfunding was last year, so we raised over $2.5 million from our customer base. We did that last year, and we just topped it up recently. We've just closed that a couple of months ago. So in total, we've raised $5 million through crowdfunding. We have over 2,000 investors into the business, but it's our customer base, and it's our farmers, and it's people that follow us on social media that really want to see our business succeed and to be part of a community. Like, we've given our farmers the ability to invest in their marketing avenue. Like, they've been able to invest in the avenue that they can sell their produce through, and our consumers as well, which is really exciting.
So exciting. And you think, why hasn't this been done before? But it just sometimes is the right time and the right place. A global pandemic where everyone's at home and then looking around them, looking at their lifestyles. You've been really able to